Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career at the intersection of modern hospitality operations and performance support. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest yet most overlooked threats in our industry, a silent threat that can cost a hotel millions. We're talking about water.
So, when you picture a beautiful five-star hotel, what do you imagine are the greatest dangers? Well, I can tell you, they're often not the things you'd expect. They don't announce themselves. Instead, they operate silently, behind the scenes, methodically threatening the very integrity of the building from the inside out. All right, let's really get into it. Water, right? It's everything to us in hospitality. I mean, think about it. Guest showers, swimming pools, the kitchens, the cooling systems. It's literally the lifeblood of the operation. But all that water has to travel through, well, miles and miles of hidden pipes. And that's the catch. That's where this essential asset can suddenly and very quietly become one of your biggest liabilities.
And look, I'm not even talking about some big, dramatic pipe burst you'd see in a movie. No. The really insidious danger, it's often much, much smaller. A tiny little pinhole leak. You wouldn't even notice it. But it can drip and drip for months. And all that time, it's just slowly rotting out your structural timber, it's breeding toxic mold behind the walls, and quietly racking up your water bills. By the time a guest calls down about a little damp spot on their ceiling, it's already too late. The catastrophic damage has been done.
See, waiting for that phone call, waiting for that damp spot, that's a losing strategy. It's purely reactive. And the industry is finally waking up to this. We have to shift our thinking. We have to move beyond just being good at fixing things after they break. The new model, the intelligent model, is all about proactively preventing them from breaking in the first place.
And this really lays out the difference, doesn't it? The old way, the reactive way. You're basically just managing one crisis after another. Costs are all over the place, your team is constantly putting out fires. But this new way, this proactive intelligence, it just completely flips the script. Now you're preventing damage before it happens. You're minimizing operational costs. You have this incredible 24/7 oversight. It's the difference between being a firefighter and being an architect of stability. Okay, so you're probably asking, how is this even possible? And the answer, as you might guess, is technology. Specifically, we're talking about an AI platform called Wint. And the best way to think about it is it's like giving your hotel's entire plumbing system a set of ears and, more importantly, a brain that can understand everything it hears. The magic really starts with this concept called a flow signature. See, every hotel has a unique heartbeat, a rhythm to its water usage. You got that big rush in the morning when everyone's taking a shower, right? Then maybe a steady flow for the cooling towers in the afternoon, and then things get really quiet overnight. The AI's first job is to just listen and learn that unique pattern. That becomes its baseline for what's normal. So here's how that process breaks down. First, the AI learns that baseline, that normal flow signature. Then, once it knows what's normal, it can spot any deviation, and I mean anything, even something as tiny as a few drops per minute. But here's where it gets really smart. It analyzes the acoustic signature, the actual sound of the water flow, to tell the difference between, say, a toilet that's just running and a much more dangerous leak behind a wall. And finally, it sends a very specific, actionable alert right to your engineering team. Now, just detecting a problem is great. That's a huge step up. But true intelligence isn't just about sending an alert. The real game changer here, the thing that makes this so powerful, is the system's ability to go beyond just watching and listening and to actually act on its own to protect the hotel. Let me paint you a picture that is every hotel manager's absolute worst nightmare. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. A major pipe just burst on the 5th floor. Your night engineer? He's all the way on the other side of the property. Every single second, gallons and gallons of water are pouring into guest rooms, into hallways, soaking everything. What happens next? Well, in the old days, total chaos, panic. But with a system like this, the answer is 2 words: autonomous action. The AI isn't waiting for a phone call. It doesn't need an engineer to wake up and check an alert. The response is instant, it's intelligent, and it's completely automatic. So, in that 3 a.m. nightmare, the very instant the AI detects the signature of a major pipe burst, it acts. It automatically shuts off the water supply, but just to that specific affected zone. It contains the problem at the source. It prevents a catastrophe. What could have been millions in damages is now just a manageable maintenance issue.
And for you, as future leaders in this industry, you have to understand the business impact. It's massive. You're not just stopping a flood. You are fundamentally changing your hotel's entire risk profile. This means you're drastically cutting down on those huge, costly insurance claims. And guess what? The insurance companies have noticed. They will actually give you significantly lower premiums if you have this kind of AI protection in place.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. By embedding this kind of intelligence deep inside your hotel's infrastructure, you completely transform your relationship with water. That silent, hidden network of pipes, it's no longer a liability waiting to happen. It becomes a visible, constantly monitored, and fully protected asset.
And that brings me to a final thought I want to leave with all of you. We've seen how proactive intelligence is completely changing water management, but water is just the beginning. So I ask you, what other invisible parts of our hotels are ready for this kind of intelligent upgrade? Think about energy consumption, air quality, the list goes on. Because believe me, the answers you come up with, that's what's going to define the future of hospitality.